This question, we have this blue shaded region underneath a straight line, and they want us to represent it as an integral. That's what an integral is, a big S for sum up the area under the graph, under the curve, under the line, from A to B of the function. Okay, well, the A and the B are A and B. They're 1 and 3. We're going from 1 to 3, right? We have area from 1 to 3. Okay, that's easy. That's the easy part. Next, they want the function f of x. How do we do that? Well, that's this straight line. So this line right here, they want the equation of that line. That is the f of x, that straight line. And so that's a line. Line equations are y equals mx plus b. So now do you remember that the b, this is b, this is a 5 up here, right there. That's our b. Why? Because B is the y-intercept. It's where your graph hits, this is the y-axis, this is the x. It's where your graph hits the y-axis. That's called the y-intercept. That part's just 5. Okay, now what's the slope? The m is the slope, and that's rise over run times x. So what's the rise and the run? So we got to get here. What's the rise and the run? Well, how you're going to figure that out is you want to go between 2 points that are clearly on axis. Like, notice I don't want to pick that point because I can't tell. Is that up a half, maybe up 4.5? It might be, but I'm not sure. I don't want to pick that point either. Is that a half, a third? What is that? I don't know for sure. I want to pick clear points, points that are right on grid marks, like that. That's a good one. Um, that's a good one. That's a good one. Any of those are fine. I just need two of them. It doesn't really matter. I'll just do this. So this is down one, right? So we count jumps. So it's down one jump, and then it's over one, two jumps. So down one, that's the rise. Remember, down is negative, and plus two is the run. So from this point to that point, any 2 points on the line that are clearly on grid marks, it goes down one over two. So move down, that's negative. Move up, that's positive. So down one over two. So that's going to be down one over two. So there's the equation. Negative a half x plus. It doesn't matter, by the way, when you have a negative on a fraction, you can put it at the top, you can put it in the front, you can put it at the bottom. Doesn't matter. Now, two negatives, that's different. That'd be positive. But if you just have one negative on a fraction, I just stick it in the front. You can put it at the top if you want, or the bottom. It really doesn't matter, just as long as you have only one negative sign. There's the equation. They made it a decimal, same thing. It'll take it either way. So that's the equation. Now, by the way, you might wonder, what if we went from this point to that point? We get the same thing, because that'd be down 2 over 4. Down 2 over 4 reduces to be negative a half, right? Same thing. If we go from this point to that point, down 1 over 2, same thing. It doesn't matter. Pick any 2 points that are clearly on the line and on grid marks, and you'll get the right slope. That's the steepness of that line. Okay, last thing is we have to find the area. Now, that's not easy. So let me just get rid of all this. So we want to find the area of that blue region. That's pretty challenging, actually. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line right there, and I'm going to draw a line right there. Why am I doing that? Well, because I want to make that a triangle. See, if I don't have this in, this shape right here is not a triangle. It's actually a trapezoid, and you could do the trapezoid formula. I don't want to go there. I just want to stick with triangles and rectangles. So instead, I'm going to go, okay, I don't want to mess with that. So I'm going to stick a line right there. And that way I've got a triangle and then like a little bitty rectangle. And then this is, can we just do this quickly and easily? This is clearly 6, right? So there's 6 little boxes right there. Now, that's the easy part. What's this area though? Do it red so you can see it better. What is this area? And then we get that triangle. Well, this again is a rectangle. Area of a rectangle is one side times the other, length times width. It's not a triangle. It's not half base times side. It's just one side times the other. But what are those sides? Well, the base is 2. So I guess you call that the width or whatever. But it doesn't matter what you call them. But the question is, what's the height? How high up is that? Well, it must be up a half, right? Must be up a half. How do I know that? 0.5. Yeah, this is 0.5. Yeah, I didn't do that better. It's going to be 0.5 times 2. And that will just come out 1. Why? Why is it up a half? Well, you can tell because the slope is negative a half. So from here to there, it goes down a half, doesn't it? Down, down a half. Or you could say, yeah, that's probably the best way to see it. Every time it goes between marks, it's going down one. Oh, yeah, it's going down a half. That's the slope, down a half. So this is a half. And this is 2. Now, the final thing we need is we need the area of this triangle. The area of a triangle is a half base times height. So that's going to be a half. The base is 2 again. The height is what? What is that? 1.5, isn't it? You see how that's 1.5? 2 is 1.5. You multiply that in your calculator, it's going to be it's going to be 1.5. So that area is 1.5. So that makes sense. See, this is 1.5 again because the slope is a half, and this is 2. So 1/2 base times height. 1/2, 2 times 1.5 is 1.5. So what's the total area we get then? Putting all those little pieces together, we've got you got the 6 squares on the bottom plus the little red section, which came out to be 1, plus the little green section, which came out to be 1.5. 6, 7, 8. Wait, I'm getting 8.5. They only got 8? Wait, what's happening there? Am I doing something wrong? Oh, this isn't 1.5. Sorry, this is 1. Yeah, I am messing up. I don't know why I won't erase here. But this is 1. Sorry, not 1.5. It was dumb of me. It goes from the half mark to the half mark. It's only 1. It's only 1, not 1.5. So 1. They're right. This is 1. And so that's 8. And so there we go. I got a little trick on it. So be careful on that. Right? So this is halfway up. We're going from halfway to halfway. This is 1. Right? We're going from, if I can put this back in here. We're going from 3.5 to 4.5. That's 1. Right? If you go from $3.50 to $4.50, you went up $1. Yeah. So there it is. The area of this triangle. Base is 2, height is 1. 1/2, 2 times 1, it's just 1. So there we go.